everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampACrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me today. We have a super cute card for a little girl with pinks and oranges, one of my favorite combinations, using the Valentine Kisses bundle. And before we get started, just want to remind you, when you spend $50 with me online, before tax and shipping, I'll send you a kit of that month's card class projects for free. And don't forget to click subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Okay, so Valentine Kisses. So we're going to use, I love all these cute little bears and accessories, and it's got some good sentiments. So it doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day. This was an online exclusive. It's got a great die set that cuts out a couple of the bears, cuts out some of the other images. It has this adorable little kissing booth. And this is just the sweetest, sweetest little stamp set for, you know, several different occasions. Okay, so we're going to pull in our pieces. We've got, I think this is Bubble Bath cardstock. And I just cut it in half. We're going to fold that in half. I have a piece of Timid Tiger cardstock. Now, all the dimensions will be on my blog, but I've used the cute little eyelet embossing folder with this. And then I have, this is a new, fairly new online exclusive designer paper. It's called Splash of Sparkles, and it has some great little metallic elements in it. So we have a piece of that. We have some crumb cake, got a little scrap of white, and we have one of the smaller banners from Stylish Shapes. And then I have some ribbon and dots over here. So let's do our stamping first. We're going to stamp this little bear with Memento. We're going to stamp this on our crumb cake cardstock. That's cut just big enough for that. And then I have this set of wings. I'm going to stamp that on that little square of white. So that's what we're stamping with Memento. With our Timid Tiger, we're just going to stamp our sentiment. And I'm doing Bear Hugs and Kisses right in the center of that. And then for the inside, it says, sending lots of love your way to celebrate your this special day. So that's perfect for birthday. I'm going to stamp that on the inside. All right, now I have some pretty in pink because I wanted a little darker shade than the Bubble Bath. And we have these little teeny hearts that are in the stamp set. So I'm just going to stamp. You could stamp off if you don't want them so dark. I'm just stamping a bunch of these hearts around the edges of the card front, kind of over, I don't know what that is. Okay, so that is done. Now we're going to do a little assembly. I'm not sure why we have a little bit of black. Let's grab our sand eraser and see if we can get that off. I don't know if that was, maybe got a little bit of black ink on it in the basket. Okay, that's better. All right, so we are going to die cut the bear and the wings. We have dies for that. So let's pretend I ran that through the die cutter and we have these. So we're going to do a little highlighting. For the bear, I'm using the 1000, number 1000. It's from the little set of neutrals that we have. And this is just kind of a light skin tone. What does it look like? It's kind of a pink, but when you use it on the crumb cake, it dries a little bit lighter too. It just kind of does a little shading on that. The very light kind of pink tone, not too strong, which I just wanted a light shading. And then I have, what is this? Light, pretty, and pink. And all I'm doing with this one is the inside of the ear. As you can see, it's just slightly pinker. And then I'm just using a gel pen. This is not Stampin' Up, but it's just a little white gel pen. Just because you never know when you need just a little bit of gel pen. And so we're going to highlight his nose a little bit, just to kind of make that pop. Then I'm going to use this pink and do a little bit of just highlighting on the wings. Just adding a little bit of color. And I'm going to grab my, what color is that? That's something else. I'm going to grab my color lifter. And I'm just going to blend in a little bit of that pink here. So it's not quite so harsh on the lines. Just bringing it in to soften it up a little bit. Okay. We're going to grab some Link of Stella and glitter up our wings. Because why not, right? This is a little girl's card, and a little bit of glitter goes a long way. Okay. We're going to do our assembly. Let's grab our Timid Tiger. I almost said Tangerine Tango. You guys remember Tangerine Tango? I think that was a little more red than our Timid Tiger. All right, we're gonna put this one in angle. I've done this layout a few times. I am going to pop this up as soon as I find my dimensionals. I had another sheet, a bigger sheet, but let's go ahead and use these up. Let's just cut some chunks. We'll probably use most of this. Okay. Here's another chunk. That's kind of small. I'm going to put that on the wings. Right there. Okay, I'm going to put one right in the middle. Since this is designer paper, a little bit thinner. All right, I'm going to just put this at an angle right here. And then we've got our bear. Put a little one there. Okay, I'm going to put my bear kind of standing up straight on the card. Since my papers are at angles, I'm going to put the bear straight. We're going to give him little wings. We're going to just tuck those right behind. I don't even have to glue those on. And then we're going to pop up our sentiment. I put those on right. I'll double check. And I'm going to put this just like that. We've got some of this fun 1/8" bubble bath ribbon. I'm going to tie a little bow. I don't want this to be a huge bow, but kind of a medium size. We're going to trim off a little bit of that. Don't need it quite that long. All right, we'll grab a glue dot. Let's see. Which side looks best? I like that side of the bow better. So I stick that right on the glue dot, pull it off. I'm going to put it right here up on my banner, and then we've got two. These are the little rainbow dots, which have lots of different colors. But I like the really soft pink here. I'm going to put a big one there and a little one right there. And that's it. Isn't that sweet? That is so cute for a little girl or even a big girl. Either one. I just think that is the sweetest card. Okay, I hope you like our project today. I'll post measurements and supplies on my blog. And make sure to join us next time. Now, next week, I'll be at On Stage in Long Beach with Stampin' Up! At our convention. So I've already pre-recorded some videos, which we'll post. They won't be live, but feel free to leave comments, and I'll respond to those as soon as I can. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. All right, thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.